Hi friends, thank you very much for clicking ABC Learning English Solution. Friends, today on this podcast we are going to discuss about the usage of have to in English sentences. Actually, my dear friends, this term have to, it is widely used in English sentences and basically it is used in spoken English. Whenever we speak in English with others, we use have to repeatedly, but so many times we use this term. Actually, this is a verb. But the fact is that, my dear friends, this is not like the regular verb. This is a special kind of verb. It is not an auxiliary verb. It is not a modal verb. Even it is not a dynamic verb. Actually, it is called a defective verb. It is called a defective verb. But my dear friends, these terms are not so important. We have to know the usage of it. Here I have written here two sentences. You can look at these sentences. Here I have written I, we, they, you. You can use any one of these subjects. So with this type of subject we have to use have to, and for these types of subjects we have to use has to, and after that we have to write down to do something, and I have written here go there. So I have to go there, he has to go there. This is an infinitive, it is bare infinitive. That means after has to or after have to, we have to use the bare infinitive or the present form of the verb, or you can say the base form of the verb. Keep it in mind. Now my dear friends, here with third person singular number, if the subject is third person singular number, just like this one, he, she, it, or any kind of name, if the subject is third person singular number, we have to use has to. If the subject is not third person singular number, if it is third person plural, or if it is first person singular, first person plural, or even second person singular or plural, whatever it may be, we have to use have to. Now my dear friends, what's the meaning of this sentence? What's the meaning of these type of sentences? Actually, my dear friends, this sentence, I have to go there, it means, my dear friends, this activity or going somewhere, this activity is not yet done. That means, suppose I am writing down a timeline. Suppose right this moment, this is now. Here in this moment, we are saying this sentence, I have to go there. That means this activity will be performed in near future. That means it is not performed yet. After some time or near future, it will be performed. Here in this position, it will be performed. But right now we are here. That means this activity will be performed after some time. This is the main thing. That means this activity is not completed. This activity will be performed after this moment. This is the main thing. My dear friends, I think you have understood the meaning of this expression, have to or has to. Now there are something which I want to inform you. Let's look at this part. The first thing is that it is an impersonal obligation, or you can say impersonal necessity. Now what does it mean, impersonal? Here my dear friends, impersonal means here the subject, suppose this is the subject, I is the subject here, I have to go there, it means this person I or the subject, any kind of subjects, so these persons are obliged to do this activity. These persons are obliged to perform this activity. It is not dependent upon their wish. That means here, suppose the subject is C. C has to go there. Here, maybe this person is not interested to perform this activity. It may happen. Maybe she is interested to perform this activity. Maybe she is not interested to perform this activity. Even though this person has to do this activity, this person has to perform this activity. That means these persons or these subjects are forced to do this type of activity. In this situation, we use have to or has to. So my dear friends, you know some of the rules are there or the laws are there. Each and every country, there are some rules, there are some laws, and we are bound to maintain or we are bound to perform these rules or these laws. Suppose in a school situation, suppose in a school, my dear friends, suppose in a school, and this is the rule of the school that we have to put on uniform. So it is the rule of the school, and if I am a student of a school, so obviously I have to put on a uniform. Here, my dear friends, this is the rule of the school. Maybe I am not interested to put on this type of uniform, but I have to put it on because it is the rules of the school. Or you know about the laws of the country. There are so many laws and we are bound to maintain these laws. We have to maintain the laws in the country. Suppose in our country, we have to keep left while driving. In India. So this is the rule of our country. Whenever we will drive, we have to keep left. This is the rule of this country and we have to maintain it. My dear friends, in this way, the term have to is used. So my dear friends, we can say that the usage of have to or these have to is one kind of objective obligation. It is not subjective obligation. That means the subject is not interested to solve this. The subject is not interested to perform these activities. Actually, my dear friends, in general, have to express impersonal obligation. This is the main thing. And the subject of have to is obliged or forced to act by a separate or external power. This is the main thing. So my dear friends, here in this sentence, you can see this is the rule of this school. And the subject I is forced to put on this thing. Maybe he is interested, the subject is interested, or maybe not. But this subject has to maintain this one. This is objective obligation. We have to maintain it. My dear friends, this is the affirmative structure. But the fact is that if you want to change it into negative one, you have to be very serious about one thing. That is, here we have to add don't or do not. Don't have to, and here we cannot write down doesn't, then have to, not has to. So he doesn't have to go there, or here I don't have to go there. We cannot use has to here, because you know, my dear friends, each and every sentence we have to maintain the subject verb agreement, and that's why we have to use this form. Now, my dear friends, one thing I can inform you, that this term have to, it may be used in present tense, it may be used in past tense, it may be used in future tense, or even it may be used with the modals. Now, my dear friends, if we wanna write down this form into past tense, we have to use had to. The form will be had to. And for future, it will be will have to. Will have to. That means this expression may be used in present tense, may be used in past tense, and may be used in future tense. With all the tenses, we can use this structure. My dear friends, I think you can understand the usage of the term or the expression have to, and you can apply this in your regular speech or even in your writing as well. So my dear friends, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much.